Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here again today. Yes, thank you. And question: You ever been to a place where you felt like you was out of place? Yeah, out of place. Like, ooh, I don't really belong here, but you're there, and you know that you're qualified, but you don't feel like you're qualified because you feel a little uneasy about where you are, what you're doing, and sometimes you just like meet somebody that you wasn't expected to meet because like I'm not here to show off or anything like that, but like you meet somebody, you just wasn't in, you wanted to meet someone, but it didn't come out the way you wanted to be, right? Because you felt that you was underprivileged within yourself. So this is what happens sometimes when we do things and go through life, and then we feel like that depression, that set stress stuff come at us, and we feel like, nah, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not here, for that. Anyway, little story. This young lady with her friends go to a club, and they sitting around drinking and everything, and then they goes to the bar, and the guy come up to him, and like speak to her. Well, he speaks to the other girls and everything, but that he really made attention to this one particular lady, right? And she's like, "Wow, he said something to me." You know what I mean? Like this guy is fine. You know what I mean? Like he he's like the captain of the football team or somebody that rides around in a Maserati and stuff like that. He was he was sharp. All right, that's it. He was sharp, but not overly sharp anyway. So anyway, he's talking to her. And next thing you know, she responding. It's like they have chemistry. And he gets her number and and calls her and everything. And next thing you know, he's calling her again. And she like, why this guy calling me that? You know what I mean? He shows interest in her. And so finally they start to hooking up more or less talking. And they feel like they have so much in common. They have certain eras and all that good stuff about who they are and what they're about, the aspirations. I mean, they were really on the money. So anyway, so she was still apprehensive about meeting this guy because she said like she's not even qualified to be in his league, even right. But yet and still, because she got that feeling like just like the rest of the ladies, like wow, this guy's a catch, boy. So they said when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And he said, you know what? I'm interested in you because I care for you because you just stands out in me because you are the type of person I really, really want to be involved with. You're the type of person that I could really communicate with and talk to and just bond with, right? So okay, so they dated for about 2 years. They dated because she was like more or less holding off and just like she wasn't sure of herself as to what she wanted to do, and then she wasn't sure of herself about the guy because she still felt inferior to be with him. In other words, when they go out, like women like looking around and looking at him and everything. You know what I mean? And why not? You know what I mean? Because this guy was still he was there, and they finally gets married. And after they get married, after a while, they have a child. So during the pregnancy and everything, some women gain a little weight. All right, that's all there is to it. A little weight, nothing to bother with. She became conscious of her gaining weight. She became conscious of her looks, more or less, in her pregnancy. She became conscious of herself, even. So, anyway, after the baby's born and everything started winding down, looking, getting together, she still had the weight on. And she felt like she couldn't get rid of the weight. She didn't want to lose the weight, but she felt shame of having the weight on. She felt inferior more and more now. And she felt like her husband now is like don't want to be bothered with her. And he kept trying to reinforce her that she is the one for him. He don't want nobody else. And for her, like, come on, like trying to inspire her, trying to lift her up and encourage her that she is all that is needed. So he said, okay, if you're worrying about your weight, let's go to the gym, because he goes to the gym regular, like 2 or 3 times a week or more. You know what I mean? So anyway, so she like, nah, I'll go to week. Nah. So he said, well, I'll tell you what, let's take the baby to your mother's house or to my parent family's house or whatever for the weekend, and we can just have some weekend. We can just chill, we can just get nasty if necessary, because she has been slacking up, slowing down, and not really uh, reaching out or responding to intimacy. So he has to initiate every time when they, want to get together and everything, right? So he was there. It started to bother him, but he said he's holding on. He's holding on. Anyway, after a while, she goes through his phone. Now, paranoia, all this, how you call it, when she's like suspicion, and all this stuff. He must be having somebody. He must be doing something because he got these women in his phone, and he's always uh, shutting them down and blocking them, and telling one girl like, "Look, I have a wife, so don't even call me or bother me anymore." He blocked her, and it was an old friend of his that he used to be tight with, right? Anyway, so she's still with her paranoia, her suspicions, and everything started coming in and creeping in and taking over her body and taking over her mind and stuff like that. So she said she's gonna take revenge because he's cheating. He has to be cheating because he got all these women, and I know he don't have all these women and not doing anything at all. So her suspicion started growing more and more. So she goes call her an old friend of hers, right? And her and this guy meet up. So she more or less yield to his desires, and she felt bad about it afterwards. But then 2 or 3 days later, she said her conscience couldn't take it because her conscience was bothering her so bad. So she told her husband that she cheated, and her husband was like so devastated. He didn't say a word to her, not even like not even a response or facial, like, he was just like, no, you know what I mean, in a way. So he wouldn't say anything to her. He goes in uh, to the room, locks the door. She trying to like knock on the door, talk to him. He don't want to talk. At about an hour or so, he just left the house, and he didn't come back until the next day, or about half day. Anyway, so he come back home. He went straight to his room, got some clothes, went and held the baby and hugged the baby and everything, and getting ready to leave the house. So she was trying to block him. So he said, "Wait a minute, it's over. I'm done, and you'll hear from my lawyer about the divorce." Now she's really devastated because she said, "What did I do? What's the matter?" But then she's trying to tell him that, "I'm sorry, please forgive me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." You know, so he's not saying anything to her at all since she told him, except for that, "I'm getting a divorce." Anyway, so he left. So she's looking towards like, what can I do to try to get him not to hear the divorce? What can I do to get him back into home? What can I do to get into his grace again? So now I'm like more or less trying to figure this out and everything, looking at the situation. And man, I made a suggestion to her. First thing, now that you know that, okay, it's selling in, you hit home, you messed up, okay, done is done. What you gonna do? But what you should do And I'm giving us a suggestion now, right? I'm not a therapist or a licensed psychologist and everything. But anyway, but I'm just making a good suggestion. Like, you should go get a counselor. You should go see therapy, because for what it is, after you had the baby and you start to gaining weight and you become conscious of your weight and everything, you become upset about it and everything. Like, you have a problem with depression, and women do that sometimes. Many women have that depression that after they have a baby. And then, especially the weight gain and everything like that. And first, but see, she came in with the problem, with an issue. But first, she felt inferior, that she was below or beneath him. She had an inferior complex about the whole situation. Yet still, she was looking at the guy just like all the other women did, and she was so blessed to be like, wow, he want me, you know what I mean? And so it was, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle it, but still, she was there for him. They, she loved him, but yet and still, there was something in the back of her mind, something in her system, in her situation, that says that she's not worthy of this guy. And he's trying to tell her that she is who all that he wants, all that he needs. He loves her so much. And he didn't cheat on her because he was always working and was always at home, paying attention to her, trying to, keep her happy, because he noticed that she has slipped back into a situation, and like she's quiet. He have to initiate happiness and stuff like that in the home, you know what I mean, help it out, everything right there. So he didn't realize that she was having that depression. But he was trying to get her to go to the gym. He's trying to get her to go to walk. They used to go out, but she didn't even want to go out anymore. She didn't want to talk to. He said, "Well, let's talk to your parents. You know what I mean? Let's go to visit them." She didn't want to go anywhere. So after a while, she went to talk to her friend, an old friend of hers, as a get back, get even type thing. Vindicated her feelings about him and everything, right? But anyway, she confessed it. He didn't like it, but he was saying get a divorce. So what it is now, with that depression, with that type of depression, with all of those things from the before, from the beginning of their relationship, it wasn't like she was all giggly and all up over him and over him and everything. He had to win her little by little and everything. She didn't reject him, but yet and still, it wasn't like, I guess she was like feeling like, what am I doing here? I'm in the wrong place. Who is this guy that loved me so much and he's so handsome? He's like a Prince Charming. Wow. Above her expectation, even. So now, what can she do? Go get help. Realize that you need help. That is the first thing that I suggested that she should do. Not only me, but now after talk to her parents, go talk to your mother. Go talk to her auntie or grandmother, whoever's around that's a little older. She needs that maturity. It's just like a child needs an adult sometimes to guide them, to help them, to support them. As a, I'm here for you. I can protect you. And that's what she needed, a woman's touch, a woman uh, nurturing, to be there to comfort her in that way. She need mama, okay? So now, so what else she should do? Text her husband. Text him. Explain to him that she love him. She's sorry that she made a mistake. And she that was a mistake, a bad decision. She don't realize why she did it, because see, when you go through some of these depressions, sometimes you do some stuff that's so crazy and way out of shape and out of sight that you don't realize you did it until afterwards, after the fact. And this is what happened a lot of times. A lot of times, people just don't understand it. Like, well, she had a chance. She could have said no, this and that, the other. But sometimes your no don't mean no. Sometimes your no have no power behind that no. So it's like just said no. You need power. You need strength. You need something different. So she did it, and it's done. And now her conscience is eating at her. And now she realized that she done messed up big time, too big a time. So anyway, so now what can she do? Talk to her husband. But if he's not to really talk to him because he didn't want to talk. He didn't say nothing to her for the whole time that she after she told him that. So that means conversation is out of it. Text him, let him know that look here, you want to see the baby? And I would love for you to come to see the baby, whatever. If you want me to leave the house, you can help yourself, or either you can take the baby with you. But I really want you to be with the baby, right? So that's her point now. Then don't say anything to him to aggravate him. Nothing, oh, baby, this, that, and other, crying on his shoulder, this, and that, and the other. Okay, you're hurting. But sometimes you have to be strong. Sometimes you have to have that patience. Sometimes you just got to have the strength, just like grieving. You have to be strong. Be strong for your baby. Be strong for the situation. Yes, you want to say something. Yes, you want to break down and cry and boo-hoo and hold on to him and all that little stuff. All that, okay, it's good. But sometimes you have to stand still and just say, look, so you text him, you let him know, come and get the baby, or you can be with the baby, or however. And I wish you well because I don't want to interfere with your peace. And I want you to be happy. I care so much for you. And then find a place in your heart to forgive me, and I really would appreciate it. And let it go, let it go. When he come by, just say, "Hey, how you doing? How's everything going? All right. The baby's ready. You want to, have a seat? Good. I have him ready for you. Don't hold on to him or hold the baby, hold him hostage because of the baby. Let him take the baby, or if he stay there with the baby, play with the baby, go in the other room. Go in the kitchen. Go upstairs to your room. Just let him have a time with the baby. Okay, well, let me know when you get ready to go. You know, so he'll let her know. Time to get the baby or whatever. And then, little by little, little by little. And this is how you build that trust, build that confidence again, and build the strength and the power to get healed. Let him know that you're going to therapy. Let him know that you was in a place of a bad situation. This is why we call it spiritual warfare, because the enemy, which is negativity, is always going to try to hinder you, distract you, confuse you, and then destroy you. That's the type of depression that comes to the place of no return. This is the type of depression that can send you over the edge. A Suicide is no joke because it's a one-way street. It's a one-way street. Somebody tell you something, or you say something, or you see something that's gonna rock your soul. And it was at the depth, at the bottom of her soul, that she was hurting after she found out that she messed up. It's done. She done told him about it. It's done. Now he's like reacted because he could not believe that she would go out after not being with him after all this time, but like don't be sociable with him, don't want to go to the gym, don't want to do this, don't want to do that, don't even want to have intimacy with him, but go out with another man. It broke him. It broke him. And he has to be mended too. So therefore, when he come to his place to understand that it wasn't all her fault. And this is why so many men will jump on a woman, his wife, after she cheats, sometimes realizing that he's the cause of it. He didn't give her that priestly covering. He didn't give her that support. He didn't give her that protection. See, when a man with his wife, it's like, okay, when you have a wife, two become one flesh. But now you, with if you are in the situation of a spirituality, especially if you with Christ, one spirit. So now, when she is with somebody, she's at work, and somebody trying to roll up on her, she feels as if her husband is standing right there, looking right there with her. That's how you really supposed to be. The two shall become one flesh. Two as one spirit. His spirit and her spirit are always together. So therefore, she have no reason to entertain any conversation from anybody. Just say, okay, the guy's gonna give her compliments. Oh, you know, this, that, and the other. Gonna give a conversation. How's everything at your house? You know what I mean? These are the conversations that can start a situation going when she listens. But see, when he's the priest of the house, she's not gonna even listen to that mess. If you want to be friends, okay, hey, how you doing? Oh, how's it going today? Oh, I'm doing fine. How's the family? They good, thank you. Thanks for asking. Boom, out of here. Go home. Oh, well, can I get you lunch today? You know, you look like you're tired. Listen, I am tired, but I'm gonna be all right. I'm going home and give me some rest. Oh, well, you know, you can let's stop by the bar and have a drink. No, thank you. Oh, come on. Look, don't try to insist on me because I know where you're trying to come from. Oh, come on. We just friends. Why you acting like that? Because I know that I'm not going to take a chance in ruining my situation, ruining my life because I love my husband and I'm going to be with him. And you should have a wife of your own and love her. And if you're already married, why are you messing around? Because evidently something is wrong with your household. Boom. He's not going to bother you no more. Now, if you want to be friends, just like we're working together, good. And let it be that way. So after you come down and come up off of him, because now you have expressed yourself because you realize now that he's your husband is standing right there, encouraging you, supporting you, and protecting you right there, right now. So with that, wonderful people, I just want to bring this to you. This is a little quick one there, you know what I mean? To let you know that sometimes this depression can get so deep. And that's why it said the depths of depression that can send you over the edge. Especially if you're already on the negative side of a situation. She felt like she was unworthy. She felt like she didn't belong. She felt like uh, she was like, you know, trying to make things work. You don't have to really try. You don't have to make things work. It'll work all by itself. That's why it's called energy. Energy. When two energies together, so you had chemistry together. Let it flow. Let it flow like a river, like a smooth river, not a rushing water after a flood. It will flow. Let it alone. And that's why you have true love with each other, understanding each other, knowing each other's heartbeat, knowing each other's situation, knowing how to love and to care and to complement each other so that each other is a part of the other. So with that in mind, wonderful people, just thank you. This is Michael Jones. Desire to excel, people in love. People in Love MD and YouTube and People in Love .com. So think about it. Hit me an email. Let me know what you think. You know, and then subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna blast this thing up because too many people been hurt, too many people are dying, too many people are just divorcing each other, and sometimes, like yeah, sometimes oh, who knows, maybe they wasn't together or meant to be together, but that's why no question is off the table when you're having togetherness. No question is off the table when you being together, say, you know, like I say, we used to call it courting and everything, you know, but still, when y'all having that affair, being together, wanting to be together, needing to be together, and then loving each other, it's going to be all right. So take care, be blessed, and then think about it. Share this out, please. Share this out. Let somebody know that, hey, just because you're having a hard time, just because you made a bad error, don't let it be the end of your life. Don't let it be the end of your relationship if you can hold on to it. Try to explain to your mate what's happening. But anyway, if you have a problem or issue, go get some help. Please, by all means. Don't just sit there and just cry in your tears, cry in your milk, cry in your tea, your coffee. But yes, you can cry because it hurt. Pain is pain, and pain hurts. All right? So take care, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. And I'll see you soon. Bye now.